Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, welcome. As some of you already know, my name is Rose Mummery and I am the celebrant for today's wedding. So Clara and Tony have asked Bill to do the photography. So I would like you just please make sure your phones are on silent, and if you can just pop them in your pockets so that you can actually be here and witness this day and this ceremony. There'll be plenty of time later, and I'm sure Clara and Tony will be forwarding you all the photography of the ceremony. So with no further ado, please let us welcome the bridal party. Come back here. Pass your mum over to you, yeah? and maybe give your son a good kiss. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so you can actually take a seat. You don't have to stand. And you take a seat there, guys. Thank you. Okay, so welcome everybody. Kida Milafalta. So we're all here today to celebrate the special occasion of Clara and Tony finding love and actually going to commit to being husband and wife in front of all their family and friends. So you're very welcome to be here in Valentia Island at this wonderful setting here at Valentia Lighthouse. All of us here are going to help solidify the bond between these two individuals as they become joined as husband and wife. Albert Einstein said, look into nature and then you will understand everything better. Well, we're definitely touching nature here, and that helps us feel connected with every part of its majestic beauty, from the beaches to the mountains, from the forests to the oceans, which is the visible face of spirit, and it's a joy that we can all share today as these become married in sacred union. So on this special day, Clara and Tony would like us to remember those who have crossed over to the spirit world and are not here physically with us. So in a moment I'm going to ask Gareth to come and light a remembrance candle, which I might need you all to help with a little bit of, I want you to think about a flame and the fire, because we have a bit of wind here and it's going to keep blowing those out for us. So we need a little bit of help. So we're especially going to remember Tommy O'Neill and Patricia Cullum. And I know in times like these, it would be easy for the passing of loved ones to make it a sad occasion. However, remember that they are here with you and will be wanting you to be full of joy and love, and so that's what we're celebrating. So I would like you to remember that and be happy and joyful here today. So Gareth, I'm going to ask you to come up here, please. And if you just stand this side. Now I'm going to do a little bit of improvisation here, okay? Because it's blown out already. I was prepared, honestly. So just that we can have that gesture. So here from the taper, take the light from the tea light and light the one. If it goes out, don't worry, okay? Okay guys, come on, improvisation here. I need you to think fire. We'll have one more go. Here we go. That's it. That's it. That's it. Brilliant. Yeah, that's it. Can blow that one out. There we go, and we'll shut that up. There we go. Yes. Thank you. So a flame to remember them burns here today For the laughter, smiles and memories remain. Together today their presence sustains. Never forgotten and loved for evermore. Today their blessings flicker and soar. Now I had there's some people that aren't here because they, for whatever reasons with the current climates, they can't be here today. So I have a few words that I would like to say from one very special person. So do I need to bring the tissues now? There you go. So Mick, Clara's dad, wrote to me, had something he'd like to say. So here we go. He said, Clara, Patricia would be so proud. In fact, we both are. Because even though we are not there, we really are. We live in your hearts. Mick says, I feel confident that Patricia is with you today in her own and kind and loving way. She would be so pleased to see Bosie happy and settled as I am. He said, remembering the 6th of October 1979, stuck in the middle of the English Channel, listening to the sea weather forecast from the Royal Sovereign Lightship. Weather steady, and P.S. Mick Veet got a daughter. We met at the end of that month, and like her sister, she was independent from the start. Second sister to Catherine. It's more like me. She's more like me than she will ever know. Clara Bosie Veet, the nickname from her mother's mother, who loved the actress Clara Bow. Bosie was a good baby and a great kid growing up, except when it came to washing. And plus many a teddy bear was given a daily tumble. A bit of a tomboy, she along with Catherine loved their jaunts, fishing with me by the river in Newton Stewart. Bosie always caught fish, and much to our amusement, her sister Catherine always caught eels. She was an entrepreneur from an early age, taking from the coffee shop in Valentia some mixed spice to sell at school. I won't go any further than that, he says. Her love of animals continues to this day, and that she gets more from me. A soft heart with sometimes a tough exterior, she's often misunderstood, but she is my girl, as they both are. In Cork after college, she made me a grandfather. And Gar is and continues to be the light of her life. While in Cork, she also met Tony, and the rest of that, they say, is history. They have forged a strong relationship and business, and today I'm so happy for them both and so sorry that I cannot be there to be with you all. What life brings for us, we cannot tell. My advice to you both is live life to the fullest, don't have any regrets, and be good to each other. Love you. So this day, the day of Claire and Tony's wedding, is about love. Love isn't just an action, and it's not just a word. Love isn't something you say, it's something you do. Love is genuine, honest, open, compassionate and kind, and does not know space nor time, nor look through jealous eyes. So we share with them that today their delight in finding each other. So how did that happen? Well, I did a little bit of delving, and they did give me some information, and you might know some of it, you might not, but let's see. So I think Clara was holding a colourful psychedelic barbecue in her garden at the moorings in Cork on the 4th of June in 2005. A mutual friend of both Tony and Clara, called Sabrina, had invited Tony up for an hour or so. That's where she got to know Tony, and she said he has a beautiful caring side from everything I saw him do to help Sabrina and the months ahead. He has such a good and gentle nature and always brought a smile and laughter to my face, especially in the hardest of times, and still does. On the 6th of July in 2005, herself and her mum and Gareth were out celebrating in the Bodega, having Knickerbocker glories and a few drinks. Later, Tony popped by to join them. Clara's mum gave a little bit of a wink, grabbed Gareth, took him home and said, look, I'll leave you two both to it. Apparently, Tony dragged her off and treated her to a snack box. And over this snack box, 16 years ago to this very day, they had their first kiss. Tony said that they both clicked straight away. They got friendly, enjoyed each other's company. And they both, as we all know, have bubbly personalities. So it was fairly easy for them to fall in love with each other because they just got on so well. Tony then went on to tell me about a little interesting trip that they had through Mole's Gap. Apparently they came across a line of tourist traffic and stopping in the middle of the side of the road, all held up by stubborn sheep. Now, Clara, being the good Samaritan that she is, got out of the car to help. And after a lot of persuasion, she actually got the sheep to move. She stood there proudly, accepting all the claps and gloriation from all the passers-by, and jumped back into Tony's car, where he was nodding his head because all the sheep had moved in front of their car and they couldn't move any further. I then went on to hear about another funny story, and it was to do with Leslie's 30th, but I don't know if she knows it herself actually, about the B&B that was booked. Apparently, Clara was having a cigarette up the extractor fan and was being told off by Tony, saying, no, we can't do that, we can't do that, you can't do that, we're going to get chucked out of this B&B. So she stopped, and off he trotted into the bedroom, and the next thing she walked, she said there he was, posing in his boxer shorts over a lamp. His boxer shorts caught on fire. I'm not going to tell you any more after that. So obviously the sense of humour that Tony has, and that always makes Clara happy and cheers her up, and no matter what, they always get on well. And for Tony, he said, like, we both can be a bit stubborn and temperamental, but the thing is that we respect each other and we would not harm a creature. Well, that actually led to the proposal. Now, I think I recall Clara being at Leslie's house, coming in, telling Leslie she was engaged. Now, this was quite a few years ago, about 13, I think, to be precise. But I'm lucky, but enough, here we are on New Year's Eve, they reinstated it. However, I did hear that in the bar, Mick was there and he made you get down on one knee and do it all properly, Tony, so 13 years ago. So, as you all know far more than I, they are a fun and loving couple, and you're all here to witness that they are truly devoted to each other. And so we trust that that medicine of love and laughter will continue on into the future as they step into a new way of being. So what is a marriage? A joyful marriage is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you. It is never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking the other for granted. So let your courtship not end with the honeymoon, but continue out through all the years ahead. Your marriage will be a great journey of surprises, joys and miracles. But above all, remember that your love for each other will prevail. No ceremony can create a marriage, but what this ceremony can do is witness and affirm the choice that these two people are about to make to begin a new life today as husband and wife. Marriage is not an event, but an inner spiritual journey. It is a path towards mutual enrichment, a give and take between two people, a mingling of two endowments which diminish neither but enhances both. Your marriage is going to provide you with the safety and the comfort of an embrace from one who will not judge you by your mistakes, but instead will love you in spite of them. You will always know that you have the security of having a partner who supports you and believes in you without condition. Those who truly love one another cherish each other's divinity. Those who know true love look upon one another with the eyes that see through the personality to know the other's innermost emotions and aspirations. And to make it work, however, will take more than love. And that's something that you already know. It will take trust to know in your hearts that you only want the best for each other. And as Dr. Seuss says, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. So we're going to have a unity candle ceremony here, and fire is believed by many to represent passion and purity. It's also associated with the security of the home and the family as the warmth of the hearth and the home fires. So we kindle this light in the harmony with all that is good in life. Its dancing flame will symbolise the beauty and the vitality of love that has brought Clara and Tony here today, which will enrich and sustain their lives through the years ahead. But before they got here, they had to be supported and loved, and that was all by their family and friends. And most importantly, it came from both your parents, and that was Tommy, Bessie, Patricia and Michael. So therefore it's highly appropriate that we acknowledge them all through this ceremony. So I'm going to invite Tony and Clara to come and stand behind the desk here. And I'm also going to invite Bessie to join us, and Gareth, who are going to represent the families. And I'm going to have to obviously do it because the candles keep blowing out. Do you know what? We're going to improvise. There we go. Da, 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 da. Excellent. Okay. So Bessie, will you come round this side of? That's it. Okay. Okay. So I would like you, Bessie, and Tony to take the taper. It's gone out. We'll pretend. Okay, so you're all imagining fire here. That's it. This is actually this means that we're going to now take the light from the remembrance candle, which therefore is showing the lineage of all your people that came before, and like one of the individual candles. Just the individual, adds it in. Brilliant. Okay, you can blow that one out. Blow it out.
You want this again?
Blow it out. Okay. And if you move slightly to the side, okay, and then Gareth and Clara, will you now do the same like the other candle? Just stand there next to it so they can see. Excellent, well done. So this now, your individual candles are represented. Brilliant, thank you. Okay. So Bessie and Gareth, you can take a seat, and so can Tony and Clara. And now I'm going to invite Leslie for her reading, which I believe is her own words.
Afternoon everyone, it's lovely to see you all. Congratulations guys, I love the pair of you so much. Waiting for things, it's lonely yet sweet. And some things that we wait for can make us complete. A star, when you see it, will make you feel great. But to witness its sparkle, you will have to wait. When wisdom comes, it can make you feel old. Yet without age and courage, it would only feel cold. To feel warmth and love, do we regress, then move on? A child is complete, but these feelings are gone. When the world butts in and shows you something is wrong with a race of half people who lost half their song. To find that whole song and keep fighting the fight is the only true thing that makes this world right. To find it through you, I will never forget the feeling it gives me and the day our souls met.
Thank you, Liz. That's beautiful, Leslie. Love isn't perfect. It isn't a fairy tale or a storybook, and it doesn't always come easy. Love is overcoming obstacles, facing challenges, fighting to be together, holding on and never letting go. It is a short word, easy to spell, difficult to define, and impossible to live without. Love is work, but most of all, love is realising that every hour, every minute, every second was worth it because you did it together. So Tony and Clara, I'm going to ask you to stand in centre stage here, please. Okay, back up a bit, back a bit more, back a bit more, that's it, okay. So we're now going to come to the legal part of the ceremony, and before I invite your witnesses to join you, I'm just going to remind you all why you said you wanted to be married, because I don't think you might have discussed it, but perhaps not. Tony says, when you've been with each other as long as we have, through hell and high water, had our differences, but love has been at the top priority for each other and always will win through the end. This is why I want to marry Clara today. And Clara says, I want to spend the rest of my life with Tony, as I know there is no one who makes me feel so happy and so loved. Tony is my soulmate through and through, and that is why I'm standing here and marrying him today. So now I'm going to ask Willie and Leslie to join us, please, and can you stand either side? Excellent. So you ready for this? Yeah? Do you, Thomas Anthony, hereby state that you have read and understood the list of civil impediments to marriage, and do you solemnly declare that you believe there is no impediment of kindred or affinity or other lawful hindrance to your proposed marriage with Clara? I do.
I do.
Can you say it a bit loudly so everyone can hear it?
I do.
Did you hear that in the background? Yeah? Do you, Clara, hereby state that you have read and understood the list of civil impediments to marriage, and do you solemnly declare that you believe there is no hindrance or impediment or affinity to the other lawful hindrance to your proposed marriage with Thomas Anthony?
I do.
It is now that I, Rose Mummery, with the accordance of the rights and spirituous union of Ireland, do solemnise this your marriage according to the laws of this country. Before you, Clara and Thomas Anthony are joined together in my presence and in the presence of their chosen witnesses. I am bound, as you know, to remind you both publicly the solemn, the serious and the binding nature of the relationship in which you are about to enter. Marriage, as most of us understand, is made in the deepest sense to the exclusion of all others, and is entered into with the desire, the hope and the firm intention that it will last for a lifetime. Thomas Anthony, do you take Clara in marriage to be your wedded wife, to share your life as your friend, your lover, your companion, to grow together in spirit and in truth and forsaking all others?
I do. I do.
And do you, Clara, take Thomas Anthony in marriage to be your wedded husband, to share your life as your friend, your lover and your companion, to grow together in spirit and in truth and forsaking all others?
I do.
Wedding bands, being a perfect circle, have no beginning and no end. But we all know that these rings do have a beginning. Rock is dug up from the earth. Metal is liquefied at 1,000 degrees. Hot metal is poured into a mould and cooled, and then it's painstakingly but beautifully polished. Something majestic is made from raw elements. Love is like that. It has to be worked. It's the process of making something beautiful where there was once nothing at all. So now, Clara and Tony, are you ready to accept and give that symbolism of love? Do we have the rings?
We do.
Okay. So I don't hold on to them, please. Okay.
Right.
So these rings are a symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end, no giver and no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. So I would like you both now to take your rings
Who tried these?
on there. That's it. You might have to undo the knot there.
Who tried these?
So you take Clara's Tony and Clara take Tony's.
You tried these, did you? No, you, yeah. I do one, eh? Yeah.
Okay. So I'm now going to ask Willie, would you take a seat, please?
Have
No, you to stay. Actually, no, we are to stay here.
Promotion
but
food. Promotion. Yeah,
that's it. So would both of you Gareth, would you stand slightly to the side? Willie, would you stand next to Gareth? Leslie, can I ask you to stand over here, please? And Bessie, would you join us, please?
Bessie is best.
Okay, just come and stand next to Leslie for a moment. Okay, so we're now going to have a ring blessing as well. We're going to use the elements. As we are out in the elements here, so we're going to have the elements of earth, air, fire and water, and we have all our helpers here today. So I'm going to first ask, may these rings be blessed by the elements of earth, air, fire and water, for they are an outward sign and a sacred reminder of your marriage, which is going to be witnessed here today. So Bessie, just here is a swan feather. I'd like you to take that, please. Okay. Just slide it out, okay. And we're using the swan feather to represent as air. If you take a little step back, okay. And then face each other, okay, and hold the rings out in front of each other. And would you just go up now and just around, okay?
That's all you're doing. Their little job.
Okay. Through times of uncertainty and through winds of change, will you still love and honour each other? Say, I will.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Okay. Okay. Then may you and these rings be blessed by the powers of air. May together you find freedom of flight in the clear sky, and may your marriage be reborn with each new dawn. Thank you, Bessie. You can just stand back and stand back. So Gareth, I'm going to ask you to take the Remembrance Lantern and stand in front of there, and just if you can open it so they can just pass the rings over the flame. So Spirit of Fire, let us feel your power. Through flames of passion and when the fires burn low, will you still love and honour each other?
We will.
Then may you and these rings be blessed by the powers of fire. May together you dance the road of courage and vitality, and may your home be filled with warmth. Thank you, Gareth. You can put that back now.
Push it back.
So Leslie, would you take the water, please? Leslie.
No, Leslie.
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 Leslie. No. Okay, and then they can dry the rings with that. Okay. So place the rings in the holy water. So spirits of water, let us feel your flowing energy. Through the white water currents and deep still pools of emotion, will you still love and honour each other?
We will.
Then may you and these rings be blessed by the powers of water. May together you weave and blend your desires, flowing with the beauty of the ocean's tides. May your life together always be filled with love. Okay, thank you, Leslie.
Thanks, Leslie.
And Willie, will you take the turf, please? We have Irish turf here to represent earth. It wouldn't be the same without a bit of that in the ceremony. So you just place the rings on the turf. Okay, Spirit of earth and turf, let us feel your certainty. Through times of cold restriction, when problems seem immovable, will you still love and honour each other?
We will.
Then may you and these rings be blessed by the powers of earth. May together you root in sweet, fertile soil, that your union may stay strong. May your lives together be rich with the fertility and its perfect fruitfulness. Okay? Thank you, Willie. You can place it back on the table. Excellent. And now could everyone take a seat beside you guys? I want you to stand facing each other. So now you're about to make your promises to one another. Okay, so I want you to look at each other and not at me. So promises are a personal declaration between two people. They are said to be in the place of heart, to be received in the heart of other. So Tony, will you take Clara's left hand, placing the ring on her finger, that's it, okay, and repeat after me. Look at her, not at me.
No.
Say, I, Thomas Anthony.
I, Thomas Anthony.
Do solemnly promise.
Do solemnly promise.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
To give you, Clara.
To give you, Clara.
My body.
My body.
My love.
My love.
And my spirit.
And my spirit.
Till our life shall be done.
Till our life shall be done.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now take his left hand and look at each other. and not me. Okay?
Yep.
Are you ready? I promise to always love you
I promise to always love you
and always be by your side.
and always be by your side.
And if there is ever
And if there is ever
a zombie apocalypse
a zombie apocalypse
and you turn into one,
and you turn into one,
I promise to let you bite me
I promise to let you bite me.
so I can be one with you too.
So I can be one with you too.
You nailed it.
So before I announce you married partners, look at each other, not at me. I just would like you to do one more thing, and that is you've been looking into each other's eyes and to be really present in this moment. So just take a moment to look around and make an eye connection with all your guests here.
Do we have that?
And for all of you here, just take a moment to be really in this place, in this time, witnessing what is happening right before our eyes. We all have dreams, and they may not be identical, but they're always complementary. Clara dreams that Tony learns where everything goes. And Tony dreams that there'll be peace and happiness. John Lennon once said, "A dream you dream alone is only a dream. A dream you dream together, that is reality." And that reality starts now. Clara and Tony have declared before us that they will live together in marriage. They have made special promises to each other. They have symbolised it by joining hands, exchanging rings. So therefore, on your behalf and on the behalf of the community and the site of spirit, I now declare them to be husband and wife. So you may now seal it with a kiss. Yay!
I love you.
All right, guys.
Yeah, nervous as well.
I know that. All right, guys. No bother.
Beautiful. So now let's symbolise that one more time by showing your union by joining the union candle. And hopefully
We've
the
given them one.
elements of air, we just wish it all to just be gentle now. So take one and then light the candle together. Each.
Take one each.
We'll take one each.
Yeah. There you go. And then light together like the union candle. That's it. Excellent.
You're scanning.
This is called working together. You're married now.
It's her fault. They do go that now.
Fantastic.
All right.
That's well done. So now in the lighting of the unity candle, you have now actually symbolised not only your individual self as earlier, but now in union as a married couple. So now we're going to sign the register. So both Leslie and Willie, I need you to come and join us, please. I'm going to put that like that. We're just going to get the times right. He's always just right. Okay. So I'm going to get you to sign first. So you actually sign along this line here, okay? Okay, Tony, you sign along here. You sign it how you sign this. Yep. Okay, Leslie, you sign along this line here. Okay, Willie, and you sign the bottom line. Just in time.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I sign here. Okay. Do you want any photographs quickly done here together or not?
No, we're all right.
You're all right, okay. The weather's gonna find that in. Da, 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 da. Okay. So you can take a seat. We're going to do this as quick as possible. I'm going to give that to you. Okay. Right, and you can either stand here, because you're going to be to stand more central, yeah? Okay. So Joan? Joan O'Neill. So I just want everyone to witness here that I was told that Joan, you need to face and look at everybody. Joan is the most trustworthy person here.
That's not saying much.
So we now have the signed marriage intent form. Without it, both our couple won't be able to go and get their marriage
Okay.
license.
Yeah.
So everyone's witnessing that I'm handing it over to the most. So, and now I'm going to ask Margie to come and say a quick few words. Yeah.
2 hours, I told you.
So,
Mammy, shh. We are all a little weird, and life is a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall in mutual weirdness and call it love. The end.
excellent. So we're now coming to the end of the ceremony. I know both Clara and Tony would like me to thank you especially for being here in all the elements. It's been a long time coming, and I'm delighted to say that 16 years today we now have Mr. and Mrs. Well, Mr. O'Neill and Mrs. Veet O'Neill. So congratulations, guys. Please come and celebrate with them. Okay, so you may want to go and greet your guests.